Good afternoon. The CVO is back. There was a little mishap on it, and there were a few items that were damaged. The most hurtful was the fairing right here in the edge. Actually took a hit from when it fell over right there in the street. And that's a whole nother story, but suffice to say, I didn't do an insurance claim because all that stuff gets recorded and it will appear on the vehicle's maintenance history. And obviously the value will go down. I wasn't moving. There was a big moving van right in front of the house delivering actually that big umbrella out there. And they had moved my cone about 10 feet to the right, kind of midway where the truck is. And I had no visibility around the end of the truck, so as I was rounding the corner, there's the cone. I pull in the clutch, and the slope there is so steep. The bike was positioned like this. By the time I put my foot down, and it was just happened so fast, and I should have known better. The bike was already at such a lean angle, I just had to let it flop over. So as a consequence, the crash guard there got scratched. The floorboard was scratched. The edge of the mirror was scratched, and the brake lever was scratched, as well as the fairing. But I had just installed these rear ST-style bag guards, so the pucks took the hit. Thank goodness the bag didn't take a hit. So the way it works is when you buy a CVO, obviously it's an exclusive bike. You know, it has the Screaming Eagle stuff on the engine. The paint's exclusive. Just trying to get a new fairing nose and, have it painted and rubbed, and, it's a very long process. So this bike was out of service for about 2.5 months, just waiting on parts. Even though these are like CVO mirrors, this stuff's in stock, so it came fast. The crash bar came fast. The running board came fast. But it took a while for the fairing, but not to be disappointed, they got everything right, and I'm very glad about that. So what I did was I dropped off the police bike, the police electric glide. I have a stage 2 done on that thing, and we're going to upgrade the lifters. Obviously lifters come with it, but we're going to use different lifters, I believe, than the Harley lifters because of all the issues that they've been having with them, including this bike. It was down for 2.5, 3 months waiting on a new cam and lifters and all that stuff. And when it got done, it really, made the bike much more, at least I'm more confident in taking it long distances. So the last time we were here, you saw that I added the backrest and the luggage rack. This backrest does not work with the CVO seat. It says in the application it can, it will not. There's some mods you have to do. That's not mentioned in the literature, but you have to do it. So after all that was done, the backrest is in. And just like on the cop bike, this makes it just a whole different experience riding it. The one recurring problem I'm having with this bike is Apple CarPlay. And what'll happen is it'll begin to glitch out. So I'm playing music through the phone, CarPlay's loaded, and the music will start getting these popping sounds through the Pack Talk headset. The popping will then turn into skips and stutter steps. And then eventually the gap between the pops and the stutter steps gets so long that the bike throws you out of CarPlay, and that's it. And then in order to correct it, you have to shut the bike down hard, then completely wipe the apps or, close out all your windows on the phone, power the phone down, power the phone back up, power the bike up, sync everything up with the headset, and it works fine. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not an IT expert, but it's getting annoying. It's happening about every third riding cycle with this bike. So outside of that, it's amazing. The fuel economy is holding at around 54 mpg. Now I run this thing in road mode, which is like the standard drive mode or ride mode, and I use cruise control a lot. And cruise control on modern vehicles, and I'm meaning everything made from about 2007, 2008 to now, it allows the engine management system in the network to optimize for fuel economy. And with this bike, it really makes a difference because it has VVT tech. So Just really, really impressive fuel economy. That really is kind of the shining point of this bike. Other than the fact that it's a beautiful bike, it's an amazing handler. It handles just as crisply as the cop bike, but because of the seating position and the mini apes, it's a whole different riding experience. You get on that police bike, that thing begs you to do low speed maneuvering, and you can drag floorboards all day on that thing, and it just asks for more. Whereas this bike begs for 4,000 plus RPM, and it just keeps asking for more. Whereas the 114 in stock configuration, you get up to around 4,000, 4,400 RPM, especially at highway speeds, it starts giving out a breath. So what I did was we spec'd in the power stage 2 rather than the torque stage 2, because I do like higher RPM performance. So that's on its way now. Because we didn't do a stage 1 on that bike, we just did slip-ons. They're going to order the tuner, because the way the stages work is they stack on one another. So the tuner will come in, they're going to dyno it after all the work's done. I'm having them do a few more things to it just to kind of tweak it out, and that thing is really going to be a screaming bike. So that's about it. That really is the only kind of niggling issue I have with this thing, is the AI on the bike will just jank out. And you power it down, power it back up, everything's fine. So that's kind of a recurring theme on a lot of transportation platforms that are running, they're more and more AI rich with their operating system. But I got to tell you, it's just beautiful. The performance of it is amazing. I can't, the tab performance exhaust zombie pipes just sound just flipping amazing. So that's about it. That was a 1 year only color. That's the Copperhead. It is an amazing color too. Have a great weekend.